Hey, welcome to the 2-minute drill. We got Cristen Jones, the QB coach, and sitting in tonight, Jay Beasley, and my name is Bernard Muhammad. Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you, Kirsten? Jay, how y'all doing?
I'm good. I can't complain, but you know how that is. We all can, but ain't nobody gonna miss. We good. We good.
Right.
Hey, that's true. Hey, the 2-minute drill is a segment of Bears Banner where we strictly talk about the performance of the quarterback, and we get some game stuff in too. If y'all want to throw some game stuff in, Bears had a victory Sunday, and I don't know if what y'all think about what y'all saw Sunday, but you know what I would like to start off with is a quick interview that Caleb did. I think it was on Monday. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. Here we go.
I think the leadership and the vets that we have around to be able to help lead and get to positions where we want to be, which is obviously on Sundays winning games. So super excited. I'm super proud of the guys. We're coming out to win.
It was a better game for you in terms of decision making last week.
I would say so. Obviously, when you don't have 2 turnovers, that's the most important thing. When you have a defense like us, you got a punter and a kicker that we have. You not turn the ball over, it goes a long way. You're going to win a lot of games. And so handling myself appropriately last week, understanding ways that I need to get better, and obviously the steady growth throughout the season is extremely important for myself, but also for the team. And so not turn the ball over, decision making and things like that. I would have to say it was a little better.
More subtle.
Yeah, what do y'all think about that so far?
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead, Chris. So far,
I like him talking about the no turnovers. That's what was big for me. Like, everybody was excited about the 300-yard game, and I'm not trying to deviate from it. However, I was looking at the interceptions, and he's got 4 on the season out of how many games we played?
4.
4. So that's not good. That's not good. So to have a clean game, not to turn the ball over, and to throw his first. This was his second touchdown, right? Second career touchdown, right? Didn't he throw one to Rome?
Touchdown.
Yeah. So he threw one to Rome. I know
he threw
that
two,
one.
He threw 2 that week. He threw
Rome
and
commit.
Okay. So just to come out of the game with a tutty, no interceptions, getting rid of the ball. He didn't really put the ball in danger, from what I can recollect from the game. So I like to hear him talk about no turnovers. That lets me know, like, he's really, really, really conscientious about, like, being a guy who doesn't turn over the ball.
And I just think again, Bears fans, I know we've been saying it for years. Just like Cubs fans, it's like you gotta preach patience. He is developing every week. I just feel that he's getting better and better. The comparisons that these people are trying to put out here, which I'm not going to even go all into that. What people talking about, they should have kept Justin, and James Daniels is doing this. This is a different offense. It's a different offense. And like I was telling Bernard, we have a rookie quarterback, a new offensive coordinator, a new offense. So it's going to require some time. And that's the thing about the NFL right now. People, it's all like they want it now. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So I just want people to be patient. I think Caleb played an excellent game last week. He went to his check down. He was surveying the field. He didn't put, like you said, Kristen, he didn't put the ball in harm's. There was not one time where last week they was like, oh, that could have been an interception. Mm-hmm. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. rely on your defense and your special teams to keep you in games at this point in your career right now. So I'm okay with it. And y'all know me as a Bears fan. We can win 10-6 every week, and I don't care. A win is a win, and I'll take it any kind of way I can get it.
Jay, I thought his answer was real mature to kind of go up there and actually indicate, yeah, I can't be turning the ball over. That's uncharacteristic of me. And, you know, we got a good defense and we got a great punter. And I have to give him credit for that because he had actually told the punter, you know, we just
The
talking
same
right
punter, right? The
You're not
same punter. He told like,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna be punting that much.
So you know he's just talking, right? But you know that's your desire to be, you know. But anyway, that was a mature answer to come and acknowledge that. And also, I always laugh about the thing about punting because punting could be so subjective. Because if you look at the game 3, the Bears punted the ball only 3 times in that game, and they lost. In the game they just won, I think the other team only punted the ball once, and they lost. Either one
Special teams,
twice.
special teams in the punting game. That's called hidden yardage.
Yeah.
That's called hidden yardage. When you can flip the field like Torrey did last week, that's called hidden yardage. But fans, they don't look at it like that. They be like, oh well, he didn't throw a 40-yard pass. It's not about the big plays. It's not about the big plays. I heard a stat today, and I hope I'm not getting off script, but I heard a stat today where CJ Stroud, he threw the ball almost 50 times last week. And out of those attempts that he had, only 3 of them went for over 20 yards. And he threw for like 300 plus and like 4 touchdowns. But only 3 of the passes went over 20 yards. So people that's looking for the big play, it's not about the big play. It's about moving the chain. And fans just don't understand that. They just don't understand it.
Yeah. It's the fastball in sports now, right? You know, you shoot the threes in basketball, you throw the deep ball in football, but then on both of them, right, your percentage decreased the longer the play is, right? Closer to the basket, maybe you're shooting 70% as a big man. The further away from the basket, maybe you're shooting 40%. You know, those passes that are close to the line of scrimmage, you know, those are somewhere between 60 and 72%. Those that are deep, 50-50, maybe 40%. Who knows?
You also have to factor into that. In my opinion, if I was an offensive coordinator, my deep shots, I would take 1 a quarter, but they would be coming off of some form of play action or boot. It's too early in the game to really be putting that type of pressure on him. I'm trying to do that off a straight drop back. We ain't that type of offense. So I think he would have a higher percentage if it came off of that type of action. But they don't. When they take shots, it's never off a boot or play action. It's like taking shots. And then, too, we were doing so many run play. We were doing play action, but we weren't running the ball. So if he does what he did last week, which this should be the game where you get everything right, this upcoming game. So hopefully, you know, they start doing some things that they did last week and just get a rhythm and find out who they are as offense. But me personally, I would just like to see him make those big yardage plays coming off of play action or boots or a sprint out or something where he's protecting himself and he's not in the pocket. Me personally.
Okay.
I actually think it's going to be a game where, of course, it's a revenge game because not a revenge, but DJ Moore is going against his former team, and I think Waldron needs to look at his scheme as far as what he's doing with DJ Moore. You know, DJ Moore is a big wide receiver who can run the slants. He can run the digs. He's he's really kind of put him in a position where everything he's running is like a 5 yard out. I think this offense could be a lot better if he puts DJ more on the outside and let him run the things that he normally runs. That would open up this offense. It really would. But the running game is the thing that opened up this offense. And like you said, Kristen, if we can establish a run, the play action and the boots and all that stuff will come to fruition in the passing game.
Yeah, I thought DJ said something this week that he was going to do it the Caleb way. And I kind of chuckled at that because y'all probably been hearing me say, and Christian coaches quarterbacks, so he may agree or disagree with what I'm about to say. I said it before. When it comes down to it, you got to do what the quarterback thinks you're going to do. If you are not where the quarterback thinks you're going to be, it makes it difficult to run the offense. And I know I hate to bring up Tom Brady. One of the reasons Ocho Cinco did not work in the Patriots when he got there was because he was used to freelancing.
He was doing his own thing.
He's doing his own thing in the Bengals. And when he got into an offense that was precision, right, where they wanted you to run this route and you should be there. And I'm not saying that's the kind of offense they run, but I think basically he was just saying Caleb expect him to kind of be somewhere. And maybe he might have altered the route some based off what the defense is saying. So basically he's just saying, hey, I'm just going to run it the way Caleb think I should be at. Right? Which kind of take pressure off your quarterback right now. What you got, Christian?
No, I was agreeing with you. One of our can't think of his first name, but Jones, I think it's Lavelle. I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me, I'm not trying to say your name wrong. I apologize.
Oh yeah, Lavelle Jones.
Yep. Yeah, he posted and I was like, dang, I feel like something is probably brewing because I don't know if it was a joke, but he definitely said it like in a very sarcastic way, like if he didn't catch that slant, that he was gonna have to have a conversation with Caleb. So I do pray and hope that they figure out their relationship on the field fast and hurry, because they missing some stuff like on that straight go ball. I don't know. I think Caleb was thinking like, yo, he gonna lead him up the field, and the way DJ ran it was like, put me here, put it like right here. So they definitely. That's why I don't really like that whole not playing him in the preseason. They should have played because that would have helped. Because it's little stuff like this that you can't script when you do that whole I'm gonna call this team and bring this team. Y'all telling, hey, we not going full speed. Y'all not going full speed. Really, it's really for the coaches. To be honest with you, it's not for the players. Where when you get in a preseason game, yeah, that's for the players. Like they playing hard. You know what I'm saying? They trying to figure out how this gonna work, how that's gonna work. So like, I really do wish that they played Caleb in the preseason more.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? There's nothing wrong with the receiver talking with the quarterback, because if you look at last year, DJ was one of the few players I would say that was talking to Justin Fields on the sideline, right? Whatever their conversation was, you actually could see he was talking to him. So that helped because, right, even though they had the little short conversation Sunday, they got the touchdown on the next drive.
Yeah.
That went to him. So you had
it's like Jay said though, like you have a career year, and then you've said it too, Bernard. I was about to call him Getsy. Shane been using him as like a gadget, DJ Moore. So that's frustrating that you this big time receiver, and I'm catching these screens. Now I'm being a running back. Like that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. You just paid me all this money, and I'm running the ball like I'm a running back. I mean, players want the ball, but at the same time, like Jay said, get me where I'm normally make my money at. Like that's dumb. in my
And,
opinion.
and I think it's gonna happen. But like I say, we as fans and the other fans, we look for instant gratification.
Yeah.
We're looking for instant gratification, and it's not. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen when you got a rookie quarterback and a new offensive coordinator and a new offense. It's not that instant gratification that people are looking for. Is not going to happen. But as
Yeah.
long as I continue to see the progress, that's why everybody just passed this last game, which the Bears won. Everybody was talking about, oh, were they trying to make him as a check down quarterback? No, the game is about taking what the defense gives you. Because when you force the ball down the field, you force turnover. You create turnover. And people don't, it's the gratification. In the NFL today, if you're trying to win games, it's the gratification is not going to get you wins.
Yeah.
It's not going to get you wins. You have to methodically, people move the ball down the field. When you can take that deep shot, you take that deep shot. And like I said, Kristen, you said it. If I could get one deep shot per quarter, I'm winning.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm methodically moving the ball down the field with the run, whether it's to commit, whether it's a screen, whether it's a out, whether it's a slant to Keenan Allen, if I'm moving the chain, that's all I really care about. That's all I really care about. But people, yeah, don't I digress. I
And you know
digress.
what?
People talk about their fantasy numbers. I don't care.
Right,
All
right.
I want is a win.
Yeah, Jay, you know what? And then we have short memories too. We kind of become products of the moment, right? Because you know me, man. I dig into numbers. I mean, I look at stats. I'm a stat guy like both y'all, but I look into numbers and I do comparisons. Actually, this is what you were seeing the latter half of last year with DJ. You saw a lot of close to the line scrimmage throws. At one point, we was mad, right? And then to go back to last year, at one point they was playing Tampa. Was it Tampa? It was Tampa. And the defensive player said, "Man, they ain't using you right, DJ." And that's interesting, right? Because what players also trying to do to each other is make the other person disgruntled, right? Like, man, like he was trying to do last year, whoever that player that said that to him, that they're not using you right. But anyway, I digged into the stats last year, and I went to the first 4 games last year and the first 4 games this year. DJ has caught 22 passes at this point for about 179 yards. What's missing is the deep ball. Last year, at this same 4 games, he caught 18 passes, but it was about for 300 yards. Now, but the difference is that he may be facing 2. The only body was catching the ball was him and Cole Kmet.
Right. Right.
So you got a whole lot more people touching the ball now because almost every starter has double digits in their numbers. But I want to get to the film, and I want to show this real quick so we can see if we got some progress. First game, 14
Yeah,
complete,
saying that. Yeah.
93 yards, no turnovers, 55.7 QB rating. Game 2, 22 out of 37. Is that game 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep, 22 out of 174 yards, 0 TDs, 2 interceptions, passer rating 51. Game 3, 33 out of 52, 363 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception.
2 interceptions.
Oh, sorry, 2 interceptions, 80.8 QB rating. In game 4, 17 of 23, 157 yards, 1 TD, no turnovers, QB rating of 106.5 and 73.9 completion rate. What we got, Christian? What we got?
The last game, that's how the season should look.
Yes.
I don't care if he doesn't throw for 4,000 yards or 300 or 3,000 yards. I care about what are we doing that makes sense on offense. We should be a running team, and we should easily, gradually let this young man learn how to be a professional, because letting him throw the ball the first 2 games 50 times each game was just not right, and that wasn't fair to him. We don't have the line to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and 2, I don't think that it's fair to him to do it, especially if you're not running the same system that he ran when he was in college.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing that, then don't put him in that type of situation. And we do not have the personnel. The last week game was a clean game. He didn't turn the ball over. When we did flip the field, it was clean, and we ran the ball more than we threw the ball. And that's the type we got 3 running backs that, in my opinion, well, we got 2. One is really better as a receiver. We got 2 running backs who can run the ball. Run the ball. It's nothing wrong running the ball. We not that team yet. You know, I want us to be that team that's like over there in San Francisco or what's up north. They don't care how they win. They just win games. That's what I want us to be. Like, it's so simple. So I like the game that he played. Yeah, he didn't throw for 200 yards, but my man's had 100. What was his QBR? 100 and what?
The last game?
Yeah, 100. 106.
106.5.
That's a good QBR. You can win with that. So that's my opinion and outlook on what he did.
Okay.
And you can win it. And you can win a game throwing the ball 25 times a game. As a rookie,
Yes,
you can win a game with the defense that you have. You can win a game throwing the ball 25 times. That's standard.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to the 35 and the 40, you know, it's like I said, everybody say CJ Stroud, he did what he did last week. Yeah, but that's
Can I say something to that, Jay?
yeah.
So,
Go ahead. It just made me so mad.
I'm only gonna get really sophisticated with this one. Go back and watch what CJ Stroud did at Ohio State, and look at that offense, and look at what they do on the front end, and then look at what they do on the back end. So he knows exactly what he's doing in his face, and on the back end, it's a different offense. So they merge the offenses together. I promise you, I'm not making this up. They merge the offense. So he struggled for the first couple of games in last year, and then he took off.
They went 1-6 for sure.
Right.
He was about game 6.
It's a reason why they took off. It's because they changed what they were doing to make him comfortable, to put him in the best situation. Okay, I'm going to use one more example. RG3, they didn't run a pro-style offense. That's not Kyle Shanahan offense, what they ran with him. They went down to Baylor. They learned that offense. They installed it. That's why he had success. So, like, when people try to do comparison, I tell people, stop doing that, because you gotta tell the whole story. Caleb is coming in. He's learning a whole different system. That's not what he ran at USC. So you gotta stop doing that. Like, we gotta stop doing that. That's not fair. Do not compare what CJ Stroud did to what he did, because CJ Stroud ran an offense that he ran in college. It's simple. It's that simple.
And Kristen, not only that, you're comparing a kid that has played 4 NFL games to essentially a second-year player in CJ Stroud, who went 1-6 in his first 7 games.
Yeah.
It took him 7 games. And if you look at his stats, out of those 6 losses, he put up some big numbers. But they still lost. So he was 1-6 after 7 games. And then not only him, but the team turned it on. And they were able to get better as the season went on. You know, you know, everybody talk, we should have kept Justin or Justin 4-0. Well, Justin, guess what? This is his 4th year. God darn it, he should be 4-0 or 3-1. or whatever he is. Come on, don't. It's just so unfair.
Yeah, I don't like the comparison. You root for who you root for, but can we please stop the comparison because it's not fair? Because you gotta tell the whole story, and you please be truthful when you tell the story.
Right.
And when you gotta tell the story. The Texans was one of the bottom half of it last year, so they had a bottom half schedule. No disrespect. What's on the schedule, you gotta play. At the same time,
what it is.
You gotta tell the story too. Like, look what happened when they got in the playoffs and they had to play a team that was like that. What happened? We gotta stop doing that stuff.
Christian fans don't look at that like this team playing a 4th place schedule.
Yeah. So,
like our beloved this year. Yeah. We're playing a 4th place schedule.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the Bears wind up winning 10 games, I won't be surprised because they playing a 4th place schedule. You know, look at Minnesota right now. Minnesota's 4-0. They playing a 3rd place schedule.
Yeah. Jay, y'all said something earlier, and Christian, you said it actually. What kind of threw me early this year when they was interviewing candidates, I was for sure they was about to hire Cliff Kingsbury. Because I'm like, okay, they probably gonna draft Caleb. That's why Cliff Kingsbury was the first person they interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it look like what you were just saying, Christian, right? You're gonna bring somebody that's gonna install the offense that the
college quarterback ran in college.
And I don't know, maybe they just called him in for information to see a character.
That's what they did. That's honestly, I don't think they really consider him.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because the whole time, he would have been, in my opinion, he was the most. Yeah, he had the most. His resume was the best out of all the candidates they had.
Well,
I would say it was
bad. Shane Waldron's resume is not bad.
It's not.
I mean,
he wouldn't have been. It's not bad, Jay.
If we're gonna dig into the weeds, I mean,
it's not bad.
Cliff Kingsbury got a job in Arizona that he shouldn't have gotten in the first place. And as you can see, he didn't last very long there. Is he a good play caller? Absolutely. But at the same time, if you look back at Shane Waldron's 3 years that he had in Seattle, he had 1 year where they were in the bottom half of scoring, I believe. But outside of that, I mean, his resume wasn't bad.
Yeah, but the way I know you not Shane Waldron ain't in your top 3 though. Me knowing you, he's not in your top 3.
He's not in my top 3. No, he's not.
So that's why I'm getting there.
But let me ask you this: Is Cliff Kingsbury in your top 3?
3.
That was available?
He's 3, yeah. I'll put him 3. That was available.
Okay.
3. For me,
I put him high as a play caller, maybe not a head coach.
Not a head coach. As a play caller, absolutely. He's number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly, I felt like they brought him in for information to get intel on Taylor. I don't think they hired him, and if that's what it is, then shame on them. In my opinion, shame on them.
Okay. Hey, let's run some plays, and like we do always. When y'all want me to stop or y'all want to talk over play, there's really no sound on the play, so.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Let's get to it.
Where we at with this? There we go. I don't understand that particular one.
Everything is east and west. It's nothing north and south. It's like Shane Waldron has to he has to finally get into a rhythm to be like, okay, I think I see what I want to see now. It takes him too long to get into a rhythm.
There we go.
There are some battles best fought people by your side. Getting screened.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see what there.
And it's like what happened with the Bears offense. It's like what happens with the Bears offense. It takes them so long to get into a rhythm. And Waldron is calling plays that's, 4 and 5 yard pass plays. I'm not saying throw the bomb every play, but a lot of the plays are, and it could be because the offensive line is 1, 2, 3 step and throw, but a lot of these plays are just 4 and 5 yard routes, and that could be because of the offensive line.
I like the footwork on this play. Chris, let me know if it look. I thought this was good footwork on his part. I mean, earlier in the year, I saw some games where we get sloppy in the game. Well, not this play, the next play. This one right here. I like the way he stepped. He just stepped in the pocket, didn't really panic. I think we might have lost Christian.
But to me, the best throw of the game was the play to Cole Kmet.
Mm-hmm.
That one that he laid over that line, that was his best throw of the game.
I think it's coming up now.
Best throw of the game. That one right there. No, that's not it.
Okay, this is a sack.
That's the sack. That's not it.
Right here. Let me pause this right here on this play. What I want him to not do sometime on plays like this, he's too comfortable. He's too comfortable, and that pocket is closing on him, and he's kind of like too comfortable. It was like gonna be no room to throw at some point if he hadn't got sacked.
And that was kind of like the touchdown pass. I mean, he had guys closing in on him on that touchdown pass to DJ Moore. I mean, he literally stayed in the pocket until the last minute and was able to get that ball off.
I'm glad y'all talking about that. So if I could give some clarity onto that. So sometimes as a quarterback, you can do your drops a little bit too far back, and that can cause a sack. And sometimes when you hitch up into the pocket, that can cause a problem too. I feel like their pass sets in conjunction with his drops are not merged the right way, which got to get fixed. Because sometimes it felt like that the tackles were dropping off of 45, and he was setting too close into the pocket, and sometimes it felt like they were dropping vertical. So it's 3 pass sets. It's the jump step, it's the 45, and then it's the vertical. So I feel like on some of them, when he was coming up, he wasn't right. Something, and then something fishy going on, because when he was coming up into the pocket, when you take a hitch, it's supposed to be like either 1 hitch, let it go, or 2 hitch and let it go. And that's depending on route. Even if it's like, and Jay noticed, even if it's like on a concept that'll change into a check with me or an option. So if it is an option, like let's say like Jay got a post and he turns that post into a post sit. If my coordinator might say, okay, if it's a post sit, you got 5-step drop, 2 hitch, ball gone. And Jay turns it into a slant, it's 3-step, 1 hitch, let it go. So something's not right with that, because like you saying, oh, he too close. That's never how that's supposed to be.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think he took 3 steps. Let me see if I could get it back to right where that play started. I want to say he might have hitched up 3 steps.
Yeah, you ain't never supposed to be that close to the line. So the line is
okay. He only took 1 on that one.
Yeah, somebody wrong, and it's probably both him and the line, because the quarterback ain't never, like, if this is the pocket, when the quarterback hitch up, it's supposed to be a cup around him. But bro was like this, you couldn't even see him.
Nope.
So that lets you know that something fishy about that. He holding it too long, or he not taking the proper depth, or the line isn't dropping, isn't happening. They not doing what they supposed to do in the pass set. It's something. Hopefully they correct that, because that's how you end up getting a strip sack right there. Seriously.
You know, the other thing I wanted to point out. Let me open this. I'm sorry. It is a few things I noticed that on the drops that are not kind of like quite right that they got to fix. Caleb doesn't sell the screen, and it's he doesn't retreat enough, right? It's kind of like when they run it like a running back screen, he takes the snap and he stands in the same spot. But what you know as a quarterback, Christian, what helps that screen works if that quarterback stop bailing back like he's under pressure, right? And that makes the defenders come at him harder, which is setting up that screen. But if you catch it and just stand in that spot, you're not giving, you're not really making those. They start getting suspicious, like, hey, something's not right, Somebody,
Yeah. It honestly, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they scheme that off of a zero step.
Okay.
It could be either or. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. This whole season, I've been confused, just like I was last season with our stuff. There are like a couple of plays I'd be like, okay, I know what y'all running, and there's a couple of plays like I'll really be having to like figure out what are we doing, because I'll be confused. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't really know like what is going on, especially like in a run game. I have no idea what we be doing. I'd be confused, to be honest with you. Even this past game, we was a little bit better. Jay was talking about it earlier, like how we switched more to like gap scheme than running zone. That was more clean, but when we go into like our pass pro and IDing, Caleb be IDing the mic, but they don't slide that way. So I'm confused. Typically, you slide wherever. So, like, if it's a mic this side, these three gonna be responsible for this side of the field, and then the other gonna half slide to the other, and then the running back gonna be responsible for a dog that rushes, that brings the pressure, and then the quarterback automatically know if another one comes, I gotta go straight hot. But when they slide, they don't never pick up the three. Always somebody coming like in his face. So either Caleb wrong or the line wrong. So, and then the concepts that go with that, Jay can tell you as a wide receiver, it's supposed to add up. One wide receiver is going to be hot every single time. And I don't never see that either. So I be confused. Like, I don't know what we doing, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've been confused a little couple of times. So
okay,
we won though.
Well,
We won.
well, I think one with Shane Waldron's scheme, as much as when you talk about the three wide receivers that they have, I feel like that as much as Keenan Allen is a big body and needs to be in the slot, I think Rome needs to be in the slot a little bit more. I think they need to start interchanging them a little bit, because Rome, his speed can get him up the seam, and with Keenan Allen as a big body wide receiver can clear out the middle of the field, and then you got DJ who can be in the slot. It's like one of the things where I think Waldron's scheme, and I said I was going to look at it a little bit more. He needs to make his X, Y, and his Z a lot more interchangeable than he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? But I'm glad you said that, Jay, because it triggered something when we was talking about DJ earlier. It's like where is he at in that read, right? Is he the one? Is he the two? Or is he the three? Right? What option is he in that? Okay, with Kenan out, he should be the one for sure. But I think on some of these plays, I think DJ on this play said he was the three.
Yeah,
On this
you
play
talking
here.
about that touchdown pass?
The
one he caught?
It was a touchdown pass, not this play.
He was right. He was literally the third option.
He was the third option.
But he did make his way back to him. whole time, I don't know. I don't see why you have up a scheme that don't have DJ 1, Cole 2,
I was just getting
Keenan
ready to say.
Allen 3. I don't
I was
see
just
how
going.
I
I
don't
was
see
just.
how you don't have that.
I was just getting ready to say. There's no way
Yeah.
that in any offense that DJ Moore should be your number 3 option. I'm sorry. I mean, it is what it is. DJ Moore is not your number. He should be the number 1 option on every pass play, and everybody else should be complimentary. That's just how I see it.
And
You got a veteran wide receiver that can help this kid develop, and he should not be the number 3 option on any pass play in the Bears playbook.
And if you do want to be different, Jay, why Cole Kmet ain't number 1? Because anybody know tight end is the easiest guy to throw to.
That's the easiest. That's the easiest wide receiver to hit.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care what level of football you playing. That is about the easiest guy. You can't. Linebackers can't account, or safety cannot account for a tight end, especially a good one, and we have one. So even if Jay, like, even if is being different, why isn't okay Cole 1, DJ 2, then everything else off of that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like, as I explained to y'all last year, coverage, and Jay noticed, like, coverage is coverage, but at the end of the day, it always turns into man. So when you got one of those guys on your team
that can get open,
it don't matter. Get him the ball. It's that simple. Like, yes, you can get confused with coverage. You can throw an interception. It happens. At the end of the day, if you run cover 3, if you run palms, if you run cover 2, whatever zone you got, you're going to be end up, or whatever space that guy, the zone defender in, he going to be there, and you got that guy, and I don't care. If you throw it here, I'm getting it. It don't matter. So get DJ the ball. I mean, it's cool doing all these gadgets and stuff. Well, you got to just be like, all right, I'm going to throw a slant.
Right.
I'm going to go an arrow route.
I thought this was a good throw here, Christian. This is, not this one. I'm sorry. It's the one before this. Hold on. This one.
Oh, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Those throws, to me, that one, Cole Kmet, to me, that one, it was cool. But that throw to Cole Kmet off of that option route, that's an NFL
That was his best throw of the game.
Yeah.
That was his best throw of the game. That one that Cole Kmet caught over the middle, right over there, that was his best throw of the game.
That's an NFL throw.
It didn't result in a touchdown, but it resulted in a first down.
Yeah,
but that was his best throw of the game.
That's one where you be like, all right.
Yeah, DJ stopped running on that one, though. DJ stopped running on. DJ, you stop running on that play, man. Don't ever give up on the quarterback. You stop running. You stop running on that play.
Yeah, but that one too.
Is this it? This might be it. No, it's coming up. I think it's coming up.
I'm excited this week though, because I think DJ gonna have a big game this. I think DJ gonna have a big game this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think this is the week. I think this is the week where the Bears probably go. The Bears should score 30 points. They should score 30 points.
Y'all gonna be like, this a given, but the whole time I feel like our defense is gonna have one of them games. They're gonna have one of them games.
Andy Dalton gonna be serving it up.
Yeah, even though they offensive line,
they have a great offensive line.
Yeah.
They have a great offensive line.
However, he got some guys that were guys back then in the day that just names now. Yeah, they just names now.
But also too, we got a couple of injuries. We got a couple of
here's that touchdown to DJ here.
We got a couple of injuries.
It looked like he worked. Hold on, let's go back to this play, Christian. If you could talk through this play right quick, how he worked through his reads on this play.
It was man, right?
1, 2, 3.
It was man. And that's why DJ was like, I was the third option. But if he don't come back to the side, we're gonna have a conversation. Because DJ knew that it was man. So technically DJ like, I'm the first option. So
And
I
it was
get
a
him.
good read. And it was a good read because he wound up having DJ Moore wound up having a linebacker on him. He wound up having a linebacker on him on that play.
It was man, and they got caught in. They just got caught in a bad personnel situation. The Rams did, and they went man, and that's why
There
DJ
it
was
is right
like,
there.
Yeah,
That's the best throw of the game right there. That throw right there is the best throw of the game.
Right.
This throw right here, look at that. That's precision. That's the best throw of the game right there. Like I said, it didn't go for a touchdown, but that throw right there is the best throw of the game.
That's a very hard throw.
Yes, it is.
And coverage with a linebacker. Yeah. See, I wish a lot of people play football to see one, that linebacker is probably 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and to put that ball over a guy who probably got a big time vertical, you have no idea how hard that is.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, it has to drop literally over the bucket like that. You have no idea how hard that is. I wish people played and just been back there to be like, oh, this ain't easy. That's very difficult. That's very difficult.
Because had he put that on a rope, it probably would have been intercepted. It probably would have been intercepted. But to drop that ball in the bucket like that, and not only was the pass great, it was a greater catch because he still had to reach out and haul that ball in.
And here's the thing though, Jay. Do you like a line? Yeah, interception. That thing still has steam on it, and it was able to dive. So people don't understand. Like that's not easy. Like I don't think. I wish people knew. Like
they don't get it. They don't get it.
It's different levels on.
They don't get it.
Football. Like
they don't get it.
One, it's going like this, and then you got lines that it literally.
And then all of a sudden it just drops.
And to be able to throw a ball, that's like a 15-yard throw pass. To have that type of steam on it with a defender who has his hand up and you put it over his shoulder and letting it drop. That's not easy. That's very difficult.
Yeah.
So that's why I be cringing when people be giving their criticism on people because it's just like, bro, you can't do that. You couldn't even do that. You can't do that if we go outside on Thanksgiving and play. Like, bro, you couldn't even throw the ball 5 yards. Please.
Kristen, I tell you, I try not to be, I really try not to be like, I think I know it all.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things where you talk to people and the things that they say, just like all this stuff on the social media where they talk about, oh, they should have drafted Jaden Daniels and they shouldn't. It makes me cringe. And I just have to not open my mouth. And I just be like, okay, you know what, Jay? Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't go there because people just don't get it.
They don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand. Situations
they just don't get it. They just don't
really,
get it.
Yes, it really makes a difference of situations.
You know,
it really does.
Just like
because of what they doing is they taking a player from another situation. And then they're acting like everything that's happening there is going to come with them. That's what I think. That's what they're doing, right? So the OC not about to come with them. The playbook is not about to come with them. The blocking is not about to come with them. How they being coached is not about to come with them, right? So they really talk about it like, man, if this guy was here, because guess what? If we'd have drafted Jalen Daniels, we'd probably be like, man, they should have got Caleb.
Yeah,
that's what we'll be saying right now.
I know this is Bears banner, but if I could just use a situation, okay, so you got Aaron Rodgers, right? Who some people think he the GOAT, some people don't. Does he look like Aaron? I know he got injured, but does he look like Aaron Rodgers with the Jets? No. It's situations Like it's literally that. It's like you gotta have the perfect situation. You gotta have a good situation for things to work. Tom Brady was talking about he would have came here. He would have been trash.
He was right.
He would have been
You know,
trash.
just like people
Okay?
say, just like people say, the Bears drafted Trubisky, and the Chiefs drafted. If Mahomes would have been here in Chicago,
been
would he have
trash.
three Super Bowls? Would he have three
No.
Super Bowls? If he come on,
He wouldn't even be Mahomes. He was in a good situation, bro.
He probably would
Set
be on
for a year.
he probably would be on his second team or his third team, just like Mr. Trubisky.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. You know,
Jay, let's complete this too. Andy Reid. Michael Vick comes out of jail, set 2 years, set records in Philly. He had like 100 or something games where he didn't throw a pick. He finally threw a pick Monday night. I will never forget it, to Brian Urlacher. He threw a pick to Brian Urlacher. But bro had his best years under Andy Reid. Andy Reid makes quarterbacks look good. He had Jeff Garcia looking good. So can we stop doing this? It's just based off situation.
Hey, I agree with you. You know what? If you think about what you just said, for example, start with Tom Brady. If you remember that year, Tom was not looking good initially on the Tampa. When he first started, people was like, "Man, he should have probably retired. He don't look,
just retired.
He didn't look good, right?" Then I think, but he had top guys where he sat down and AB and all of them, and he got Gronk to come out of retirement, right? And they worked through it. But only argument I have about the Mahomes thing is this. I agree, Jay. He probably would have been on the second team, you said, but I would say Minch's second year, they went 12-4. And I do not think in any universe Minch is better than Mahomes. So if I put him on at least that team, maybe they don't lose to the Eagles in the playoff. That's the only thing I would change.
But you know, Bernard, I still say I don't put that on Mitch because guess what? In that final draft, I was sitting in that end zone on that final drive in the wild card game.
Yeah,
Mitch took them down the field, put them in position to kick a winning field goal. So
I'm just talking about the
quarterback performance. We'll all be drunk.
Right. I'm just talking about the quarterback performance that they went 12-4 that year. Mitch threw for about 3,500 yards that year. And he
not 3,500.
Somewhere in that 32, because Mitch had a game where he had 6 touchdowns that year in one game.
I still think,
I remember that.
I still think the Bears had a quarterback to throw for 3,000 yards.
I don't think so. I think
they had enough for 4.
Okay.
I was about to say because I think Jay Cutler had
Justin had 3-1 a year. I think close to 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay Cutler might have had like 32.
Yard mark.
Yeah,
Jay 4,000 yard mark. They haven't hit. Okay. But that was a magical year. That was a magical year.
It was our defense though. It was our defense though because our offense scored. They always scored the first quarter because he was really good game planning with the first drive. That's one thing I can never take away from Nagy. His first drives, he gonna score. But as the game go on, he just couldn't answer because he was a gadget guy.
He started throwing
gadgets.
He started throwing darts at the wall. Like, okay, let's see if this stick. Let's see if that stick.
So we were only averaging. You would thought that we were averaging 27 points a game, but our defense
was like
had
18 or 19.
No, it was 14.
Okay, something like that.
14. Yeah, it was 14, but our defense had that historic year where how many
37. 37 takeaways.
That's not.
I think it was 37 takeaways.
Yeah.
37 takeaways and 6 or 7 touchdowns. So
that was to get so upset when Lovie Smith was the coach. Talking about we got to get takeaways, coach. That's not sustainable, dude. As much as I like hearing that, you're not about to get 2 turnovers a game. Not with NFL players. I'm sorry. You can try to do it, but you ain't getting that every game. And to think that that's something that you can rely on, no. You can
What?
rely on good defense. You can rely on swimming to the ball and causing pressure. But trying to get turnovers to get points, that's dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah, hey, thank
In
everybody
my
for tuning
opinion.
in to the 2 minute drill where we talk about quarterback performance, mainly Caleb Williams. Hey, and I agree with you, Christian. That's why quarterback matter, right? It does
Yeah.
matter. In the big scheme of things, is only so long, I believe, that you could get away with game managing. But where we at this year with a rookie quarterback, that's what you want a rookie quarterback to do is game manage
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
let them slowly develop and make plays. I see a lot of nonsense on social media at times that's saying, hey, let's do this, do this. That's not how you develop quarterbacks. You have to stick with them. They are going to make some mistakes. They have to understand when they make the mistake. But with that said, Christian, what do you think about Caleb's development? Do you think it's going the right way or it's kind of a stalemate? What's going on?
You know, we was talking about this privately. I think that they could be better, in my opinion. I would have loved to have seen them say, okay, we gonna play him in the preseason. We gonna limit his throwing to 25 to 20 passes a game, and not all of them drop back. I mean, when you pass the ball, there's sprint out, there's play action, there's boot, there's screens, there's all kinds of passes that you can have to protect a young quarterback. Now, letting him throw the ball 50 times in 2 games and then drawing it back, hopefully that don't cause no damage because that can kind of sort of, because when you got the ball in your hand, sometimes you can be reckless with it. So hopefully this is the trajectory of how they're gonna keep it throughout the whole season. And if they do that, then I'll be like, okay, they doing good by developing him. But right now I'm a little bit iffy because ain't no way in the world he should have been throwing the ball that many times the first game. I don't care if you could average a half of a yard. Keep running that joint. You gonna get 2 yards eventually. You know, you gonna pop something eventually, but you can't do that. Not with this line. This line ain't meant for nobody to even a veteran couldn't be back here for 50 yards a game. I mean 50 pass attempts a game. A veteran wouldn't be able to last either.
Okay. What about you, Jay? Is he progressing? He at a stalemate or you kind of undecided?
I'm not undecided. I'm actually feel like that they are that he is progressing, and I think this last game where I felt like as I watched the game, they changed up the blocking schemes and they implemented the run a little bit more. What I want them to do is take him out of shotgun, have him in shotgun a little less, because to me, when you have your center under quarterback and you're running the football effectively like they did last week, it opens up your play action pass. So I think by them scaling back last week, because I felt like they needed to, because the prior game he did throw the ball 52 times. So I think they scaled back a little bit, and I think it can only progress from here. This week, I want them to do the same thing. I'm hoping that the game plan is going to be to come in and run the football and allow the play action pass to open up. So by the time we get to week, I've told y'all all season, it's all about 3 P's. It's all about 3 P's. It's the playmaker. I'm sorry. It's the play caller. It's the playmaker, and it's whatever the other one is that I said. But
Yep, I'm gonna be saying the 3
progress. It needs to progress. It needs to progress.
Yeah.
It's the play caller, it's the playmaker, and it's the whatever. But
Yeah.
I think that as the season progresses, it's gonna be okay. So if we have to win these next couple of games in the same form, and Caleb continues to progress by week 10 or 11, when we get into the meat of our schedule, everything should be okay.
Thank you for saying that,
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
ain't gonna be able to. And I want to make this clear too. I don't want, like, yeah, how we doing it now is fine, but when we do play the Packers and Vikings and Lions, that ain't gonna be sustainable. So
right.
at that point, I would be okay if you said, "Hey, we threw the ball 30 times," in, because you're not gonna be able to beat them teams 24 to whatever. Those teams are scoring 27 points a game. So you are going to have to throw more in those games, because they're like that. Maybe
But
not the Vikings, but the Lions and Packers, yeah.
I still think, even when we get to that point, if our defense is still healthy, because you got to remember, last year we were supposed to beat the Lions twice. It's something about the interdivision that I'm still not worried. What I'm worried about is our offense scoring points and not our defense giving up points when it comes to the division games. I'm
That's
sorry, I
why,
don't care how good the Lions looked against all these other teams last year, and I still think this defense right now is better than what last year's defense was. So
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
worried about our offense scoring points. I'm not
Yeah,
worried about our defense giving up points at this point.
because
Yeah.
if our offense can't, though, the defense is gonna be out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta. I'm not saying deviate, but I'm saying, like, it has to keep going up, because we ain't gonna be able to beat them like we just beat. Who we just play? The Rams.
The Rams.
It's gotta. Like, yes, run the ball, but we gonna have to be a little bit more dynamic. That's what I'm saying, Jay. I'm
Yeah,
not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, just be a little bit more dynamic, because, yeah, I do feel like our defense can shut them down. However, our offense can't be out there giving up. We can't have 5 3-and-outs in a game and then think we're gonna beat them. Because
you know what? Yeah, you know what?
that's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna mention.
for real, I just
Oh,
want to get back to what it is. It's the play caller, protection,
Yeah.
and playmaking.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
it is.
what
I
it is.
had to get it out because I'm like, that was boggling my mind. That was boggling my
Hey,
mind.
hey, Jay, we both had them senior moments, man. You know, Kristen is the young buck of the group. Kristen young buck, man. Look,
Yeah.
we getting close to that 6-0. So
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes,
hey,
we are.
I make mine next year. Hey, but as far as my evaluation of Caleb, and I know some people gonna think I'm fanboy, and I don't really care what y'all think on that part,
Right.
but I cheer for my quarterback until I find a reason not to. I'm gonna start with game one. We went from getting batted passes, right? There was quite a few batted passes in the first game, to the second game where we threw for more yards, but we don't get any well, we got 2 interceptions and no touchdowns, right? But as far as yardage and completions, we increased there. The third game, we really had a good second half. We had a lousy first half, but it seemed like we picked up the progress, and we go from now two games with no touchdowns to 2 passing touchdowns, but we still get the 2 picks. We get to the fourth game, and we get no turnovers at all, right? We don't get no fumbles, no anything. They made some changes, but to me, that's progress, and some of it is what you said, Christian, is just a little rust from these games. Almost be like preseason, right?
Yeah.
And you almost have to like look at it that you don't know what the product you have. That's why I look at I call them the front runners, right? Every season there are quarterbacks who are front runners. They come out of the
Eventually,
college or off the bench, and you like, man, they world breakers. Like, oh man, world beaters. Like, whatever. Look at this guy playing. Then by the time they get to game 5, 6, or 7, at one point last year, the Rams, every quarterback the Vikings had got hurt. Guy I can't think his name now, Johnson or whatever his name was.
Josh,
Josh
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Yep. He was I think he was originally at Seattle. he was at Seattle and came in for an injury, I believe, and then they ended up sending him to another team. And the Vikings, when he first got to say, oh man, look what he's doing, look what he's doing. But by the time he got to the Bears, that's when it all crashed down on him.
Eventually, Sam Darnold is going to divert to who he is.
He is.
Period. Point blank. He just won. He just won Offensive Player of the Month for September.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, Sam Darnold is going to divert to that who he is. It's the NFL. It's week 4. Every team in the NFL is sitting back this week, going into week 5. Like, okay, we've had 4 games. This is what we do well. This is what we don't do well. We're going to change this to make it look like this, because all summer, all spring, OTAs, mini camp, rookie camp, training camp, we did all of this. Now we into week 5 and we see that this don't work, but this work. This don't work, but now we're gonna do this. It's the NFL, and and unless you're Andy Reid, he's the only one I can say. Unless you're Andy Reid, everybody else is scrambling right now. Look at Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at John Harbaugh in Baltimore.
Yeah. There used to be a time to where it was a couple of offensive coordinators that you'd be like, ooh. But now you're right. I can't think of another one. Well, Shanahan, Andy Reid and Shanahan. But Shanahan, when he gets to that big game, he don't never finish. So you're right. It's only Andy Reid, yeah, because Shanahan he'll get you there, but when he gets there, but once he gets there. Yeah, when he get there, he do like some crazy stuff. Like,
Mike, and y'all know I love Mike Tomlin. Y'all know I love Mike Tomlin. I love the Steelers organization. I'm 55 years old. The Steelers have had 3 head coaches in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
That's organizational skills. It don't get no better than that. But at the same time, you divert back to who you are. The Steelers are what, 3-1? They ain't played no division games yet.
No.
It's week 5, y'all. Chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Hey,
may I say this? Yeah, may I say this? Y'all really got to be putting respect on these coaches' names. They're in the NFL for a reason.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, these dudes are like that for real. Like, yeah, Sam Darnold look good, but I promise you, by the time he play a division rival, they will have had this man's everything, from how he get the ball, his cadence, how he probably go to the bathroom. And I'm not playing. I'm joking. It's serious. These dudes are like that. Like, y'all have no idea, like, the preparation that these dudes do and, like, how sophisticated they go into their work. So that's all I got to say.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Thank everybody for tuning in tonight to the 2-minute drill. And we'll be back tomorrow night for the pregame show with Baz Banner. Yeah, tune in and hit the subscribe button so you could get notification for both shows, for Baz Banner Talk Show and for the 2-minute drill. And until next time, peace.
Peace, y'all.